Okay, so before we get started, girl, go get your tea, your coffee, or whatever you gonna sip on for this video, girl, because we just finna talk, we finna chill, we finna have us a little time. Not too long for time, but just a little time. I'm finna inform you of what I've been informed of so we all can make it and become her and live the life that we know that we're supposed to be living on this earth. So yeah, I got my coffee. Y'all know I'm a coffee girl. Sometimes I had tea, but majority of the time it's coffee. So yeah, go get it and come back. Cheers. What's up, you guys? I am Ken or Kendra, whichever you prefer to call me. It's perfectly fine with me. If you're new here, girl, hit the subscribe button and join the family. I would love to have you become one of my KenFolk. Girl, nothing but good stuff and positivity goes on over here on this channel, and you don't want to miss anything that goes on over here on this channel. I promise you, it's life-changing, and it's definitely all God and no me. And I would love to have you over here. It would be such a blessing. If you're returning, hey girl, hey, welcome back. And yeah, let's get on to what I came to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about faith. And faith is something that I talk about on my channel a lot. And just a quick disclaimer, as soon as I start recording, they decided to start doing some little construction, whatever they're doing downstairs in one of them apartments. But yeah, it's making a little thumping and bumping noise, so never mind that. And also, I don't know if this is light, but my face looking kind of like washed out a little bit or yellowish, and I promise you it don't look that way in person. I don't know if it's just, I don't know, but never mind, because I'm not changing anything. We finna get this video out and done, and so I can get it out to you guys regardless of how my makeup looks. So anywho, like I was saying, we talk about faith a lot over here on my channel because I truly believe that faith is a very key component to our success as human beings. So yeah, I just want to make sure that I drill that into my head, including y'all's, as much as possible, as much as God places it on my heart, about faith, having faith in God, and actually putting works behind your faith, and not just sitting and waiting for Him to just drop something from heaven. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, my husband had called me, so I had to take a little break, but yeah, we talk about that a lot. I don't even know where I was at, but we talk about that a lot on my channel. And what if I told you that the problem with us in today's time is not having faith? Just a few days ago, I was sitting down just scrolling Instagram, and I don't know, I just be in this little moment. I'm getting this little moment sometimes where I really be allowing my mind to just take off and just go and just think and create. And in the midst of me just sitting there thinking after scrolling on Instagram, God just dropped a nugget in my head. Like, it was this thought that was like, you know, what if it's not faith that's the problem? And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what, like, how can that even be like a question? And as I sat and thought on it more and just got to praying and, you know, just opened myself up talking to God, I'm like, oh my God, we've been being fooled this whole time. Like, we really been looking at it. So don't get me wrong, faith could really be a problem with some people, but for the majority in today's time, I don't even really think it's faith. Like, God, He just so intelligent, and He just knows all. Like, when I say knows all, don't let nobody lie to you and say He don't know everything, child, because He definitely do. Girl, faith is not the problem. We have been behooved, we have been fooled for so long, thinking that it's our faith that's the problem. And for a lot of us, it's not really the faith, it's the fact that we literally, and it's not the works neither, because a lot of us have faith, we put in works behind it, but it's the fact that we looking around to everybody around us who are already successful or have things or obtain things that we want for ourselves, and we're trying to figure out how that they get it, and not really realizing that it's not that they have to believe in God in order to get anything or be successful. God has set laws in place. So let me backtrack. God has set laws in place for the universe, for us as human beings living in this world, living on this universe. Everything that happens on this earth is not just because he literally writes it down and speaks it out of his mouth. Every time the sun rises or sunset, he spoke it that one time. When he said let it be light, that was light, and he had to say it again. So in order for that stuff to continue to happen, he had to set laws in place for the world to be able to stay in order in the way that he created it. And that's also with us. Like, if you think about it, like, if you ever read the Bible, or if you ever listen to anybody preach, you will hear about the same things. Reaping and sowing. Reaping and sowing is a law. No matter what you do, you reap bad, you get bad. You reap good, you get good, regardless of how or who you believe in or how much you believe in it. If you reap whatever you reap, whatever you sow here on this earth, you got to reap from it. You're gonna reap a harvest of it. Simple. Period. In a matter of time, you're going to reap a harvest of it. Then the same thing when it comes to faith. You put faith with works together, and child, things start moving. That's like putting tires on a car that once didn't have tires. Once you put faith and works together, baby, things start moving, regardless of who you call yourself believing in or who you putting your faith in. That's a law. Once you believe in something, truly believe in it, and get the moving, baby, and working for it, eventually you will start to reap the good things of that thing you're working for. And so it's certain laws that's set in place that regardless of who you say you believe in, that just have to be, because if it didn't, the trees wouldn't reap from itself. The trees get rid of the leaves drop and feed the soil that once was feeding the tree, that is still feeding the tree, to give the soil back what it once gave the tree. And then you got winter that comes, and then when spring comes, the tree reaps a harvest of what they have sown into the soil, by the soil allowing the tree to produce leaves again. If that made sense. If that law wasn't set in place about reaping and sowing, because literally the tree and the soil bounce back off each other throughout seasons to continue for the tree to continue to be a tree and still be standing. And then you have the rain that comes that waters it, and it's just a whole little system. And without those laws being set in place, those things wouldn't be able to happen unless God said every second of the day for each individual tree to do the exact same thing that he created it for to do. And so if you think about that, what if it's not the fact that people don't have faith? What if it's the fact that people have faith and they have works, but faith is not in God? Like, it just blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind when I really sat down and thought about it. Like, that's why you see so many successful people that's at the top and have the things that we desire and living a life that we think that we want, that is suicidal, and even have committed suicide or on all types of antidepressants, and just have no peace, have no joy, just become so ticked off about the smallest things. Like, that's why we see that. It's because a lot of the times it's not the fact that they didn't have faith. They didn't get it no differently than how you're going to get it and how you're going to advance. The only difference that it is between you and them is that you know where your faith is at. Well, hopefully you do. Your faith needs to be in God. That's it. In God alone. Nothing else. Not in yourself. Because in this new age, this society has created this fake religion to where you have to do these self-affirmations and believe in yourself and talk to yourself only and tell yourself that yes, you need to believe in yourself, because you are great, you are amazing, you can do anything, but you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. So you have to make sure that your affirmations are set upon Him first, and knowing that that's where your strength is coming from. But somehow we have gotten away from that, and we have learned to put our faith and our trust in ourselves or that thing that we're trying to build, opposed to putting it into God. And so Faith ain't the problem for us millennials and what is it called, the Gen Z age that's after us, and even the generations before us. Faith ain't the problem, because obviously we see now in today's time, even more than ever, all of these entrepreneurs and all of these businesses that's just taking off and making it to the top. Faith ain't the problem. They know how to get it. They know how to sow a seed and reap from it. They know how to believe in something and put actions behind it to get it. The problem is, what is that foundation built on? What is their faith put in? So you have to be very careful what you allow yourself to want and what you allow yourself to pray for, because of what you seeing around you, not even really knowing that you're praying for hell that's sitting high up. You literally praying for God to sit you up in a place that's higher than where you at, while still living in hell. But because a lot of them don't display what they're going through mentally, or the peace that they don't have and the joy that they don't have, a lot of them don't display that. And so we really think, just from the outside looking in, that it's something good. So I'm here to just tell you and remind you guys, make sure your faith is being put in the right thing. Make sure that your trust and your confidence is in Jesus Christ. Yes, it may seem like it's just taking forever, but whenever something is done right and something is done to where it's going to last and be able to withstand the winds and the waves, and for you to be able to have the peace that surpasses all understanding, and for you to be able to have joy even in the midst of trials and triumphs and stuff that don't feel good is going on in your life, but you still can smile, you still have a laugh deep down inside of you. In order for you to get to that point in life, it have to be some breaking down and some construction that has to be taking place within you. And so nothing that's good and worth having and that can withstand would happen overnight, and it's not going to happen as easy as a lot of these people make it seem like it happens. So just know that in due time, because of the laws that God have already set in place, it already has been written. Do not allow the enemy to play mind games with you, to make you think that you have to switch the way that you're doing it to the way that they're doing it, so that you can get to this higher place and you get there and be miserable. Just know that if you're if you're sowing, you're going to reap. Simple. If you're sowing, you're going to reap. And knowing that if you put your faith in the right thing, which is Jesus Christ, and your foundation is built on the rock, which is Jesus Christ, that no matter what comes to try to blow it down and what comes to try to take you up out of here, that it would not stand, because your rock is built so firm. That's why when the winds and waves start to blow, it starts to come and flow. That's why you see a lot of these people that's high up in a lot of these establishments being knocked down, or they taking their own lives, because it was not built on the rock. It was not built, their foundation was not built to last. They built their foundation with having faith, but faith in themselves, faith in whatever they was building or whatever they created, or faith in the Grammys, or faith in whatever they was creating. So yeah, I just want to come in here to inform y'all real quick, just to give you guys something to think about, something to take away. Because like I said, my whole point of this channel, yes, I enjoy displaying pieces and parts of my life as far as like vlogging goes. But even in my vlogs, I just want to make sure that I am giving you guys something to take away, something to really sit and think about, that can feed your soul and essentially push you closer to Christ, push you closer in the direction that you need to be in, and get your feet planted in the right direction, so you can grow. Because I want the best for y'all. Like, I genuinely pray for y'all more than I pray for myself. Even the people who haven't even followed me yet, subscribed to the channel yet, I pray for them as well, more than I pray for myself. And so I really want y'all to get it. And if y'all already have faith and putting works behind it, your faith is in God, your confidence is in God, I still want you guys to understand that the enemy still likes to play mind games and tricks and try to turn up the heat on you guys to make you believe that how you doing it and what you're doing is wrong, and then he'll allow you to compare yourself to people and things around you and get you knocked off track. But he'll lie. It's not going to work. Trust me, the laws that God has set in place on this earth shall be, and it's going to always remain until that great day of his return. God is a man that he cannot lie. If he said it, that's what it is. Simple. excuse me. Simple. If he said it, that's just what it is. It's just that on that. God said what he said, and it's just that on that, like, simple. If he said it, once again, that's just what it is. If he said you shall reap what you sow, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So be strong. Continue to seek God for his strength and his wisdom so you can have the endurance to withstand everything you're going through on your way up to getting to the place and the point, the level that you desire to be on within yourself and or your business. Whatever you're building, whatever you are allowing God to do some construction work on, just know that everybody's faith is not in the same thing. So don't be fooled and get the praying for what you see because it looks all good and glittery and gold. Girl, they fooling you. The enemy, not they, the enemy fooling you. He was fooling me too. Until God really just dropped it on me. Like, I was like, really? Really, God? Really? Really? So before I exit out this video, who you believe in? Who is your faith in? Who is your confidence in? Who do you trust in? Like, who are you putting your trust in? I really would like to know. I really would like to know. Ask yourself that question and really think about it, because you can be creating, we create idols out of anything without even really realizing it. So really ask yourself that question and really think about it and see the fruits that's coming from what you say it is that you believe in. And if it's not God, get it right. I really pray that you get it right, because girl, I want you to be great. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Like I said, the beginning part, I am Ken or Kendra, whichever you prefer to call me, is perfectly fine with me. Girl, hit the subscribe button. Join the family. If you made it to the end and you ain't hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting on? Hit the subscribe button, join the family, become one of my KenFolk. And everybody needs to thumbs up this video, and I would love if y'all share it. Do not be gatekeeping and keeping it to yourself. Share it so other people can be informed, and they too can begin to start the journey on living the life they supposed to live and becoming that woman or that person that they were born to be. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video.